for me, design is something that really touches our daily experiences. In other words, that the only reason we need anything physically in this world is to kind of heighten or make a better experience for humanity in a way. Form, for example, is that, I think as a designer, form is very important. And to do something new or original, I need to do form that is sort of speaking about the time in which we live. So the approach of the phone wasn't to do something that's nostalgic and to try to use some sort of semantics or signifiers that speak about the past, but it was just to try to do something quite subtle and new that spoke about the time in which we live. So the profile of the phone eventually came down to, what I was pushing for was to really shape glass and to have a really scratch resistant and really high impact resistant glass. And to curve that glass is very, very complicated and extremely expensive to do. So at first we were sort of curving the phone in two directions, and that nobody's really done it yet. So we ended up cutting it down to one direction. And allowing the phone to curve just in that one direction then afforded me to start to shape a profile, distinctive profile, and a kind of an original shape, an original profile. So the fact that the phone kind of leads to an edge on top and bottom also is a symbolic of the fact of digital technology, of this idea of merging in connectivity, but also that going to nothingness, because as eventually the phone will dematerialize and get less and less and less, and eventually there probably won't be any material there at all. So it was kind of a nice way of speaking about the time we live in now and the future of the mobile phone. In mass market, and one has to really use very, very inexpensive materials. I mean, there's you have no other choice. Secondly, that you're using production methods that are of such high volume a lot of times in order to get part prices down. So in mass market, things are, at the end of the day, we have some beautiful things, but they are cheap. And so it's a very big difference of now doing something where, let's say, there's far fewer, let's say, product run, or let's say in this category, we're doing far less phones, let's say, versus a mass market phone. So then in that regard, I can start to use materials that are far more precious. The assembly is more precise and done by hand, and it's more of almost a kind of techno craftsmanship or something of that nature going on, where although we're doing extreme technology and very prescient technology, we're also making a very crafted, well-crafted object. When you pick up the phone, you'll feel the weight of it. And the weight is quite incredible, actually, because the weight is loaded from wall to wall in the thinnest way possible with the most advanced technology in the world. And number one. And number two is when you feel the shape of the curved glass on the two ends and the kind of minimalism of the phone, meaning that rather than take the approach that because it's luxury that we're just going to skin something with gold or diamonds or embellish a product, which is what a lot of high-tech companies tend to do when they try to move to the luxury market. And we've seen this with watches and etc. So we're embellishing. In this case, there's no embellishment. The material is the most sophisticated piece of glass. The back is the most sophisticated in the world and the best quality titanium. And then there may be just diverse leathers, and that's it. So it's a very reductive, really reductive object.